Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So let's continue solving our Babar DSA sheet. Today's problem is find duplicate in an array of n plus 1 integers. So let's see what does the problem say. The problem says given an array A of size n which contains elements from 0 to n minus 1. You need to find all the elements occurring more than once in the given array. Return the answer in ascending order. And if no such element is found, then the return the list containing minus 1. That is simple. So let's see what does it say. Let me open the tab once. Note for notes. Yeah, here. So it says we have an array. Let me increase the thickness of the pen. Yeah, I think it is fine. Yeah, it's fine. Array A, size n, all right, contains element from 0 to n minus 1. This is an important thing to note. We have to return the duplicate elements, that is elements occurring more than one time. All right, no problem. And at last return the answer in ascending order. So it says suppose n is 4, so we have 4 positions in the array. It says it can occupy either 0, 1, 2, 3. For example, if the array contains 0, 1, 2, 0, so it expects our answer to be 0. How do we approach this? The most simple approach is first approach, use a map. Okay, and to store the count, I think now it is very visible how to approach it. Use a map to store the count. Just make a map, traverse the map, or traverse the array, and store the subsequent count in the map. And at last, traverse the map and find out which elements have occurred more than once, and store them in the vector and give them the answer. Okay. First approach is done. What is the time complexity for this one? O of n. First for traversal of array, then for traversal of map. And the space complexity is also O of n because you are using a map. Okay. What is the second algorithm? You can use a sorting algorithm, isn't it? How? If you use a sorting algorithm, I say sort the given vector, like the example which has been given to us 0, 1, 2, 0, sort it 0, 0, 1, 2. This will be the sorted order. Okay. I say run a loop from index I equals to 1 up till index I equals to n minus 1. And at each step, check if array of I equals to array of I minus 1. Then insert that element in your answer vector. I hope that is clear how it will work. Like I'm saying that create a vector v which stores our answer. Traverse from I. You check at every step 0 is equals to the previous element 0. Insert it. Then you check 1 not equal to 0. No. 2 not equal to 1. No. The loop ends and the answer is 0. Okay. What will be the time complexity of n log n because we are using sorting algorithm. It would be plus O of n to traverse the array, but that will be but n log n will dominate the time complexity of the traversal. Okay, but let us look at the question mentioned here. Just a minute. Uh, Let me open the screen. I don't know where it is gone. Yeah, here it is. So it says the extra space is only for the array to be returned. Okay, so it says we cannot maintain a data structure to count the arrays. Also, if you see, it is written O of n expected time complexity. So sorting algorithm was also discarded here. So what can we do? It says, in sense, it is saying no extra space. That is O of 1 space complexity and O of n time complexity. So we sorting is also ruled out. Okay, so what should we do? I have an algorithm in mind. Just listen and just focus and listen, because it is an important step, and this type of problem solving skills is helpful in future also, because you will see many questions in your OAs as well, while giving OAs, to use this kind of approach. I'm saying we have been given an array 0, 0, 1, 2. Sorry. 0, 1, 2, 0. I written a sorted out by mistake. Okay. I say increment each element by 1. Alright. Let's do that. So the array transforms to 1, 2, 3, 1. Now I say start a loop from I equals to 0 and go up till I equals to n minus 1. Okay, you say okay, I've done that. Okay, I say at each I, your index is equals to absolute value of your array. I will tell you why I use absolute. Okay. Meanwhile, also use a vector to store the answer. This is your answer vector. Okay. So I say that index is your absolute value of the element present at that index. Okay. Now, I say whenever you go like it is, let me mark the indexes here: 0, 1, 2, 3. In the first case, when I is 0, your index would be 1. I say if a of int, no, first check, first, sorry. If int equal to n, your n here was 4, right? The size of the array. Okay. If int equal to n, count plus plus. You will be asking me, yeah, what is count? I say count is a variable you store as 0. You started as 0 before the loop. Okay, just agree with me. Just stay with me for a minute. I will tell you what I'm going to make you visualize. Okay, you say okay. If int equal to n, count plus plus, no problem. I say else if a of n is less than 0. What do I say? If the element present at the index is negative, we dot push back a of a v dot push back um, just a minute, yeah, int minus 1. After that, else a of n equals to minus of a of n, then the loop will terminate. And now if count is greater than 1, v dot push back um, n minus 1. Let me tell you what did I do. I said you had an array 0, 1, 2, 0. I say add 1 to each element. Make it 1, 2, 3, 1. You said alright, we are with you. Okay, you did that. Thank you for obeying me. Now the indexes are 0, 1, 2, 3. Alright. I say start a loop from I equal to 0, I equals to 1, I equals to 2, I equals to 3. These are the values of I which will be occurred in the loop. I say maintain a count variable as 0 initially. Okay. And maintain a vector to store your answer. Okay, you are there with me. Okay. Now I say when I is equals to 0, now int equals to a of 0, absolute. It is already positive, so I didn't mention absolute here. So a of 0 is 1. Int is 1. Okay. Now int is equals to 1. The size of the array here was 4. 1 is not equals to 4, right? So count will not increase. First if statement gone. Else this statement says that if a of int, now what is a of int here, is equals to a of 1. Now a of 1 is 2. It said that if a of int is less than 0, mark v dot pushback in minus 1, right? That is, if 2 were negative, we had to push 0 into the answer, correct? But it is not the case. 2 is not negative, 2 is positive. Else what we had to do, we had to convert 2 into minus 2, so I use minus 2 here. Okay. Now if I then go to the next statement, I equals to 1, int will become a of 1 absolute. So absolute will give me, a of 1 is actually minus 2, so absolute will give me 2. Okay, no problem. Now a of int is now 2. 2 is not equals to 4, so count will not increase right now also. Now if it says a of int equals to a of 2, which is equals to 3. 3 is not less than 0. So else statement is also gone. We have to move to the else statement. We have to make this 3 as minus 3. Alright. Now int is equals to absolute of a of 2, which is equals to minus 3, which is equals to 3. So a of int is actually a of 3, which is equals to 1. Now 1 is also not negative, so what we will do, we will make it negative and move forward, coming to ai equal to 3. Now int is equals to a of 3 absolute, which is equals to minus 1's absolute, which is equals to 1. Now a of int is equals to minus 2. Now else statement will operate. Else statement, what does it say? It says that if a of int is less than 0, v dot pushback int minus 1. That is, our int was 1 here, so I had to push back 0 in my answer. Alright. The loop terminates and we have to return the v. If we check, 0 is the only element which is occurring more than once. So we got our v as the answer. You say, how did you correct the algorithm? No problem, no big deal understanding it. For example, let's see the array as 0, 1, 2, 0. What I did, I used an index approach. How? I said that if 0 and 0 are occurring twice, then the element at 0 will be occur twice if I go to that index. So how would I know? Like, if firstly I increment, let's tell you one by one. First step, why did I increment all the elements? Very simple reason. I said, if you saw that I use a int equals to minus a int. If I had not done that, if I had not incremented all them, then 0 is equals to minus 0. I would have been caused to the confusion that I am appearing at the 0 as the first time or the second time. Then to avoid that confusion, I have used to increment those values. Okay. Second, you would say, why did you keep a count? I kept a count of the largest number. If you observed, it was mentioned that the array contained elements within this range, 0 to n minus 1. After plus 1, it becomes this range. But the array's last index is n minus 1. Okay. So if I encountered n, I cannot go to n minus 1 and make it negative. That was not an option for me. So I used another variable count to store count of to store count of actually to store count of sorry for the confusion. So to store count of the largest number, that is n minus 1. Okay, how many times n minus 1 is occurring into the array? Okay, two questions are clear. Moving to the third, the actual approach. Let me make you understand what was my actual approach. Okay, that's the most difficult to understand right now. It says 0, 1, 2, 0. I say After incrementing it become 1, 2, 3, 1. I say if I go to 1th index, that is 2, and make it negative. Now I will approach 2 only when I will approach this index only when I get a 1 again in the remaining array. Now that is only possible if 1 has occurred more than once. If it has occurred more than once, it is our answer. Are you there with me? Okay, comment your answer in the comment box. I hope there is no problem in understanding this solution. Let's code it down. The things will be more clear when I code it down for you. So approach was first use a loop to increment all of them. Then keep a count as 0 and take a vector to store the answer. Okay. Now I said for int I equals to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. I said int is equals to absolute of a of I. No problem up till here? Okay. I said that if int equals to n, then we have to increment the count because the array will contain long, so int is also long. Okay. If int equals to n, count plus plus. All right, no problem up till here. Done. Now, if a of int is already negative, if it is already negative, then what do we have to do? V dot push back int minus 1. Else a of int equals to minus of a of int. At last, check if count is greater than 1, v dot push back n minus 1, and then because it was set to show the answer in the ascending order, just sort the answer array v dot begin to v dot end, and then return the answer. There is still one problem left in the question, in the solution, that is, what if 3 zeros are present? If 3 zeros are present, so our answer would contain two zeros. We have to remove that possibility. I'm just checking if it is accepting it. Otherwise, we will have to use a set instead of vector, and then push all the elements into the vector. Sorry. Oh, array ARR. Sorry. I guess using ARR is not. If you choose A, it would be better to just save a time. Yeah, I guess it is A everywhere else. These are silly mistakes. Every coder needs to have it. Okay. Yeah, it was V. I usually name my answers whether it's a vector or an int as ans. I just use V here. You're out. Oh, sorry. We had to return minus one, right? If v dot size equal to 0, v dot push pushback. The main part is the algorithm. Okay, there is no reason. Yeah, it is working for -1 part. Let's see for the main parts. It has given us the error. See, I told you about this one. That if there are more than two elements present, more than twice, so what we have to do here? We have to use a set right now to store the answers as dot insert. After that, we use a iterator for auto it in S. V dot pushback it. I think it would work now. See, it has worked. Thank you for bearing with me. I hope you are clear with the algorithm. If not, please drop your questions in the comment box. I will be happy to help you. And please don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Thanks for watching the video.